Oh, sorry, everyone. Once I find the stream, I will introduce myself. Just seems to not be appearing. Just a little bit annoying, but anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ILR6 here today. Let me just get out of pause. Yeah, welcome to ILR6. Brought to you by myself, Leo, and we're here for round 3. Sorry if my voice is a little bit stop and starty. I have got hiccups. Quite a bad time. Can't seem to get rid of them. Not a great time to start the commentary, but oh well. Hopefully the sound is okay. The audio, my mic isn't too loud or anything like that. There we go. The stream's up now. Oh, you may hear me hiccup for qualifying until it goes away. But it seems quite close. This qualifying good so far. We've got 16 drivers, which is not bad. As I said, it is round 3 here at China. Has the longest straight, I believe, out of any on the calendar. Joe is currently leading. I'll quickly go through the drivers and constructors. So, leading the drivers with 43 points is Nazu. Sorry, I keep coughing and hiccuping. In second with 31 points is Rebecca. Third with 25 is Big W. Fourth is Scott, with 18. Aledi is 5th with 16. Heavy T with 15. OMG Breh, that's how you say it, 12. Oh jeez. Alongside Speed Iceman, Joe, who is currently provisional pole, has got 10 points. Nipro has got 4, along with Johnny. Oh no, along with Bastos. Johnny has 2. Stiggy and Raptor both have 1, and the rest of the grid have no points. Meanwhile, on the constructors, Alfa Romeo are leading with 47 points. In second, in second is Mercedes with 40 points. Third, Toro Rosso with 35. Ferrari with 28. Red Bull with 20. McLaren with 12. Racing Point with 10. Haas and Williams both have 1, and Renault are still yet to score. Hello everyone who's coming into the streams, or into the stream. ILR7 and ILR8 are also on doing China. You can find them on the Inside Line Racing channel. So Patuka, Patuka, who is usually good in 1 lap pace, as we've seen in Australia and Bahrain, is once again up there. But I don't think they're on a lap. No, they're in the middle sector. JTX has now retired from the session, down in 15th without setting a time. I don't know if they had a quali ban or anything, or they just retired. I do not know. It's in sector 3, so I doubt it. OT is paying. Oh, actually, could it be here? I don't see a car, so I don't know where JTX binned it, but JTX, I believe, is in the wall somewhere. Everyone does seem fairly close. The top 6 separated by 3 tenths. Oh, there's a Red Bull being impeded. That is Scott, and Scott is on a lap and has just been heavily impeded by Patuka. So Scott around the final corner is going to only be able to do a 34.2. But I have a feeling Scott could have improved a lot in that final sector without Patuka in the way. We'll check sector times between them. Oh, and Scott spun going into turn 2. Patuka's done a 40.4 in the final sector, and Scott did a 41.0. So potentially that cost Scott 6 tenths, which would have put him pretty much dead on level with Patuka, and this hiccup will not go. I do apologise, everyone watching. Hopefully it will go away. It'll go away. It's really messing with my voice at the moment and coughing. Johnny, no. MWR, that was Nazoo. There we go. Nipro, and I'm on holiday. Okay, Nipro's on holiday. Let's go, still there. And Rebecca goes provisional pole with a 33.1 on the medium tyre. The first person to probably set a legitimate lap time on the mediums. And for Rebecca being second in the championship, that is not a great lap. I would say we could get into the high 32s, maybe mid 32s as a pole lap. I'm not too sure. And the Zoo's actually gone second. Oh, third. Second on the hards, third actually, with the 133.6 being 400ths behind Patuka. Aledi has now gone quickest on the hards of 33.5. So the track is definitely ramping up. You see drivers going quicker start on the hards. So we'll see what people can do. Don't know what Rebecca's going to do, because Rebecca's done their lap on the mediums now, and the best strategy is a medium to hard. So perhaps Rebecca's going to try the softs, which in my opinion will not work, but you never know. Jaruru coming out of the hairpin. What can Jaruru do in the Williams around the final corner? Can he go provisional pole? No, but it is the quickest on the hards again, a 133.5. The track is increasingly getting quicker and quicker, and this is only for the hard runners. Nazoo thinks we're out of fuel. Nexus Move Charlotte is just starting a lap. Stiggy in the middle, set up by 3/10. So we'll see what Stiggy can do. Coming up through the long right-hander. A very tricky long right-hander, as it's very easy to spin on the egg or just run wide or clip the curb on the left-hand side. It's a very difficult corner. Now coming down into the hairpin. Oh, hiccup again. Braking, get around about the 100-metre board, hits the apex perfectly, the exit, gets on the power. They're coming through the final corner, a bit hesitant, and the lap time will be a 1 minute 33.6. So that puts himself 6th. Joe is up by just more than half a second, which will put him quickest. Yes, it will. No, it won't. Mine's no, it won't. I'm looking at the wrong person. So coming up into the hairpin, I think Joe will go provisional pole. Joe was a bit slow coming out of the hairpin. Nexus Move Charlotte goes quicker to the 133.0. Here comes Joe. Joe would have gone provisional pole with a 133.0, however has invalidated, I believe it was at the hairpin, because he did cut the corner a little bit, and stays in 8th. Johnny only up by 2/10. Is anyone closer? Scott's just starting a lap, so it will be Johnny. Johnny is now up by a miraculous 0.8 of a second. So here comes Johnny roaring down that back straight. reaching speeds of over 200 miles an hour. Exactly be 206 for Johnny, breaking into the hairpin. Takes it nicely, gets the power down nice and early, doesn't half spin. Coming up to the final corner, brakes at the right point, turns it a little bit late, gets a lot of the curb, but comes up to the line and sets a 1:32.6. And that is provisional pole for the Red Bull driver there. Now, Joe, I don't know what Joe is going to do. No one is on... Oh, Jesus. No one is on any of the tyre apart from the medium. Oh, what's happening here then? Here's Scott coming through the hairpin. Scott had the hard pace. What about the medium pace? Coming through the final corner. Will Scott be anywhere near the front row? No, Scott will go second with a 1:33.0, which is a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment. Meanwhile, Aledis is starting a lap with Giroux getting out the way. Stiggy has selected a set of softs but hasn't come out the pits. There are 4 drivers who still haven't come out the pits. That is Rebecca. Oh, hiccups again. Rebecca, Stiggy and Joe and Kupafi, I believe that's a new one. Nazoo, championship leader, only by half a tenth in the first sector. Who was that? Heavy T has gone fourth with a 1:33.0. Very tightly packed from second to fifth. It is all separated there by less than a tenth. Johnny seems to have the rapid pace at the moment. You know, Patuka is on a lap, or just started one. A Lady is missing. I don't know where they're going, but it's not exactly the racing line. Yeah, Nazoo's down the back straight. There is a Williams in front. That is Giroux on an outlap. The 4 drivers that I said were in the pits are all staying in the pits. Johnny is pit as well. Nazoo, championship leader, into the hairpin, a little bit sluggish, but on the power nice and early. Coming into the final corner, can they nail the exit? This is taking a lot of the curb. I think that could be invalidated. Coming up to the line, no it's not. It's a 1:32.5. I personally thought that would be valid, but I do guess not. Hey, good luck. Patuka, where's Patuka? Patuka's now coming down the back straight as well. Ledi, I don't think has improved. It's Heavy T around the final corner. Can Heavy T re-improve? No, Heavy T doesn't. Now Patuka round the final corner. Will this be provisional pole? No, it is a 1:32.6, 3 thousandths ahead of Johnny, so they've got the front row. Ojururu and Big W are the last 2 left. Big W is coming up to the hairpin. Previously set a 33.5, which is not very good for the Mercedes driver. Coming through the final corner, can they get anywhere near provisional pole? No, but they go 6th. I don't know what that was. But anyway, back on board with Giroux. Giroux is the last person to set a lap. Coming into the hairpin, looked a little bit too fast. Was struggling to get the car slowed down. Coming into the final corner, mounts a lot of that final curb. Coming up to the line, it will be a 1:32.7 and puts him 5th. And that is it for qualifying. The grid is very, very close. And someone else has just moved up. That was... I don't know. A Ledi has gone 7th for the 1:32.8. So the top 11 separated by just 6 tenths. Jeez, I'm struggling to get my words out here. So they're very close grid. Everyone's setting their lap times on the mediums. So This is bound to be a very interesting race. Can't really go on board with Nizu because they're not even on the track, so we'll go on board with the or follow the person who's joining them on the front row, Patuka, who I believe got pole in the first 2 rounds. So I believe this is his first qualifying session without being pole. This damn hiccup is still there, so I do deeply apologise. It's just sticking with me. Oh, again. Yeah, I just looked at the ILR6 chat and 8,000 separates second to fourth. So that battle, especially with first only being a tenth away, is heating up. So Nizu on pole with a 132.5. Patuka joins him on the front row with a 132.6. Johnny third, 3 thousandths behind. Next is Mushalot, only 5 thousandths behind Johnny and 8 behind Patuka. 5th is Jaruru, 6th Scott, 7th Aledi, 8th Big W, 9th ONG Brett or Prix, and 10th Heavy T. That rounds out your top 10. Outside the top 10 is Rebecca Stiggy, Joe Oshin, JTX and Kapavi. JTX and Kapavi not setting a lap time, and a few people on the hards, specifically Joe and Oshin. Or Oishin. As someone in the comments wasn't very happy with me mispronouncing his name. And hopefully it doesn't, the stream doesn't cut out. I had a power cut last time, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. Very overcast, but oh, hiccups again. Very overcast for this race, but I'd guess with everyone going on the mediums, it will be a 100% dry race. So as we get ready for a few drivers, just to finish their final setups before they head out for the formation lap. And 1 second, let me just unmute my mute my mic so I can try and get rid of this hiccup before start the race. So as the formation lap begins, everyone inside the top 10, obviously on a set of mediums. The only people who have gone off that is Oishin and Rebecca. They've both started on the hard compound. So this will be a very interesting race indeed, with the grid in qualifying all nicely tucked up. I'm lost for words there. So as they'll come down the back straight at the slower speed they'll do all evening. Warm. It is a little bit overcast, so it will take a little bit more to get the tyres warmed up, everyone weaving. I think I saw the previous league a couple of weeks ago, someone did spin on the straight on the formation lap, which is a bit questionable, but anyway, no one has done it today. On a corner. Just try it again, let me have a listen quickly. Well, that seems fine. Right, so as we get ready, we got Prix. There's someone new, so I don't exactly know how to pronounce the name. As we get ready for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. When the lights do eventually go on. Why is there a yellow flag? But anyway, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. It looks like Nizu got a very good start off the line, and into turn 1, Patuki cannot get the move done. Followed by Johnny, Jaruru, and Nexus Mushalot. Jaruru's had an excellent start. The Williams up into 2nd and 4th. Let's have a look further down the grid. That is Jaruru having a nice little look up there of Scott. Scott's now past Jaruru. And somehow Mushalot's got through as well, or back through, should I say. Big W and Aledia going at it up front. Got Nexus, Mushalot and Scott going at it. Aledia's got the move down here. Joe is side by side with Big W around the outside of the long left-hander goes Big W. We'll try and keep it to the inside of the right-hander, but cannot get it done. I believe that is everyone. No one is out with a spin or anything like that, so that's quite nice. We'll keep on board with Scott. Scott is closing in on the Renault. The Red Bulls and the Williams looking feisty. Meanwhile, we have 1 Alfa Romeo at the front and 1 right at the back. So down the back straight they do come. People understeering off, especially that Merc in the background. That looked like Heavy T, just getting a little bit, oh, Big W, sorry, getting a little bit too far. And what's that? That's Patuka. Having a look around the outside of the hairpin, and the Zoo cannot get the move done. So Patuka looks like they have the lesser downforce, which is going to help a lot down that straight. Meanwhile, that was an awful final corner, which allows Johnny to have a little bit of a peep. What's happened to Big W? Big W is pitting, so Big W has got damage on lap 1. The only person to, and Kapafi's not even here, according to me, or what's happening on my end. Oh, meanwhile down in 12th, we've got OMG Brett or Prix. I don't know how to pronounce it, no one's exactly confirmed that yet. I'm going to call it Prix. So I believe it's just past JTX 4P12. Jaruru keeping an eye on Scott. This battle will probably last the entire race between a lot of the front and midfield. They should all stick together unless they cannot adapt to the dirty air. So everyone keeping a relative gap of about 6 to 7 tenths between each other. DRS won't get enabled this lap. It will be next lap. So how much can Patuka gain down the straight? We'll see the advantage here. Gaining. Ooh, I'd say 2 tenths down that straight without DRS and a bit of slipstream, and that is Mushalot who's got the move on Johnny. Oh, that is unfortunate, I wasn't able to see it, but Mushalot up into 3rd past the other Red Bull. So after having a rather abysmal start, has got themselves up into 3rd, has lost track of the front 2, but is in a podium position, and DRS has been enabled. I'll probably stay enabled for the entire race unless we see a safety car. Johnny running very wide. Has Johnny got wing damage or something like that? Scott seems to be tucking in behind his teammate. Can Scott go for a move? No, I guarantee they'll probably be talking to each other. Hopefully they don't crash into each other like the real life Red Bulls Danny Rick and Verstappen I'm on about had done previously. Let's move on to the front 2 again. They seem to be getting up. Patuka seems to be keeping a very close eye on the Zoo. And coming down that main straight, it looks like Patuka's have a very good opportunity if they can nail this long right-hander. As they come through it now, who's going to get the better exit? It's looking like it is actually going to be Patuka. Patuka's within half a second before the DRS. Less than half a second before the DRS, actually on it. They are gaining. The Zoo's having to push down the straight. So Patuka doesn't get the move. That's Scott then passing Johnny, and Scott's overshot the corner. Giroux's going to come back at him now, and Giroux's got the move done on Scott. So Scott, big error. Heavy T. Looks like they've also made a big error. Rebecca's there as well. Heavy T trying it. Oh, so slots in between Oshin and Rebecca. Oshin's done very well to get up into 9th from 14th. And Patuka has passed Nazoo. They're side by side going into turn 1 and turn 2. And now turn 3, Patuka's got the inside line. Nazoo tried to look for some kind of cutback, wasn't able to get it, so Patuka has got the lead of this race, and it looked like it was inevitable from lap 1 with a straight line speed. And Patuka, I'm guessing, just got alongside down that straight, on the start finish straight, and was able to hang it around the outside and got the move done. Scott very, very close to Giroux. Rebecca now losing positions, or side by side with OMG Brea. Or Brie, I said Brea earlier. OMG Brea has, or OMG Brie or Brea, I think it's OMG Brea, has got the move done for P11. Nexus Moonshalot has actually got in DRS range of the Alpha. So that Renault is absolutely flying. And that is Giroux now passing Johnny. So nicely done there by the Williams to dispatch both of the Aston Martin Red Bulls. And that's a Leddy also in the background of this battle. It's a four-way battle. Johnny's going to look for it down the inside of the final corner. Oh, and they very nearly touched. Wow, I'm surprised it didn't end in a car crash. I believe the front two actually going side by side. It is Nazoo trying to go down the inside of turn 2. I believe it's turn 2. Gets the move. No. Patuka keeps the foot in there and keeps the position. Will Nazoo fight back and try it? Oh, tries to look for the switch back into the inside, and then looked at the outside again. Wasn't able to get the move done. So Patuka keeps the position for now. I don't think anything happened here between the Williams, Red Bulls and Ferrari. JTX has just passed Rebecca, I think, on the side-by-side career through the left-hander. Both seem to be trying to stay as far away from each other as possible. Rebecca looks like they've got the move done, and they have up into P11. Second in the championship, Rebecca, I believe, not doing very well for this Grand Prix. We're back on board with the leaders. We'll go on board with the Renault of Moonshalot. Will Nazoo go for it? Nazoo's going to look to the inside from what looks like this yellow flag is set to 3, but I'll look at that later. Oh, I think it was, I don't know actually. I think the Renault, the Red Bulls are going at it. But meanwhile, Nazoo will try it round the outside of turn 1, looks for the cut back in onto the start-finish straight, gets it quite nicely. Will now have DRS, but no slipstream. But now we'll try it round the outside of turn 1 like Patuka was able to do. Nazoo's going to try to keep the wing in there, but can't get it done. Heavy T, I think, was the person involved with the yellow flags. And the Red Bulls now are going absolutely toe-to-toe with each other as they come through the left-hander, coming down to the sector 1 split. And it looks like Johnny's got the upper hand out of the Red Bulls here. And yes, he has. Heavy T is picked for a set of softs, which is a slightly confusing pit stop, I must say. Anyway, we'll go on board with Joe. Joe is gaining on his teammate in 8th, Ocean, or Ocean, I think it's Ocean. So 1 racing point closing in on the other one. Joe looking like he doesn't have much downforce, and that is a Leddy. just down the straight, getting the move done on one of the Red Bulls of Scott. Scott with a very nice switchback though, isn't able to get the power down quick enough. So Letty gets the position and keeps it. Joe has made an error, and I believe Joe's got wing damage because Joe is understeering left, right and centre at the moment. So something has happened with Joe, because Joe is definitely struggling. Meanwhile, back up top, battle for the lead. Now a four-way battle as Jaruru has just been able to creep in. This battle for the lead is slowly but surely getting bigger. As long as Jaruru can stay within DRS, he is sorted. And for now he's able to do that. We'll see anyway when we get down the straight. Johnny and that pack are starting to catch this battle as well. So we could be seeing a 7-way battle for the lead, which would be absolutely incredible. But yeah, he has got DRS. Meanwhile, the zoo is nowhere near Patuka. Oh, that's a 5-second penalty for Nazu. A big corner cut, and that is Brett passing Joe. But Nazu with a 5-second time penalty for quite an extensive cut of the hairpin. And I've seen Nazu do it a few times, and I guess Nazu has paid the price for it. Nazu now getting really close to Batuka in the exit this snail section. Not close enough for now, just got to keep behind and hope for the best, I suppose. And that is Heavy T with the fastest lap, but Heavy T is on a set of softs, so what do you expect? So here we go, as we're coming on to back straight again for what is, I believe, the 8th or 9th time. And the zoo is a lot closer. Opens the DRS. He's gaining, and Letty's got the move on Johnny. And what's a defensive line from Batuka? But keeps the move, or keeps the position, sorry. Letty and Johnny going at it side by side into the final corner. Who's going to come out on top? It is a Letty for now, but Johnny's got the DRS. And is not pushing with it. And the Letty literally has no DRS. Oh! Oh, Johnny tapped the back of a Letty then, and that could have ended very, very badly. Meanwhile, Nazu still just on the tail of Patuka. He's having a look down the inside. Oh, was a very close look, but doesn't get the move done. And I believe that was Joe passing Rebecca, or Rebecca trying to pass Joe. And that is Joe down the side, Rebecca down the side of Joe. Something is wrong with Joe's car. Joe does seem to be understeering heavily through the corners. Now once again another lap and another four-way train that nothing seems to be happening for the lead of the race. Nazu needs to make something happen now down this straight, but he's further behind than last lap. Batuka again takes a slight defensive line, but doesn't really harm their exit. through the final corner, starting lap 10. Clapping from the audience. And Nizu very close, very close. Scott is the first medium runner to pit. The mediums, the pit window is about now. Nizu not able to get the for now. Meanwhile, the two cars behind, Mushalot and Jaruru, are ready and waiting for something to happen and just to join in on the battle. Or join in on the side-by-side action. They're already in the battle. But I won't really say it's a battle for now. I would morely call it a train. Going through the right, or the left and the right. Seems to be the same sequence. I've noticed, I believe that NWR, I'm now forgetting names, Nizu is very good under braking and through the corners, but down the straight is the weak point. But he's now only 4 tenths behind, and Mushalot's made an error somewhere, and this allows Jaruru just to try and go for a move around the outside for P3 into the hairpin. This is costing each other valuable time, and I think Jaruru has thought best, and actually Mushalot, even though defending, oh, and Jaruru pits. But yeah, even though Mushalot was defending, I was able to gain time on the Alpha, and Jaruru pits. Well, Jaruru come out. So obviously for the hards, it'll be in complete clean air. Scott is a mile behind, so complete clean air. Joe is getting a wing change. I thought, oh, I kind of knew that was happening. So Joe will be last of the grid by some margin, I do suppose, a couple of seconds. So that is unfortunate. Oishin is closing in on ONG Brett. I believe Brett passed Oishin the previous lap and is looking to get back past. I'm going to go back on board with this as Patuka is in deep trouble. Nizu is 2 tenths behind before the DRS has got DRS. Will have to pull to the outside. No. Pulls to the inside. They're side by side. They wheel bang. Going into the hairpin. They wheel bang again and again. And that's Patuka being forced off the track. Mushalot is there as well. Will they all pit on lap 11? Yeah, no, yes, no. So Patuka pits. Nizu had got the move done into P1 anyway. Mushalot is now going to have to try and pounce because this will probably be both their in laps. And now where will Patuka come out? It's going to be very close, but it's just ahead. Just ahead. The Williams are now tucked up behind each other. So the undercut has helped there by, well, I'll probably say just short of a second. Oh no! Oh no! Brez off! OMG Brett has lost it on the exit of Sector 1, the right-hander I believe, and has just spun off into the gravel trap, and that is going to drop them when they pit all the way down. They're now last out of the medium runners by 3.2 seconds. They've lost a good 7 seconds by doing that, so that is definitely unfortunate. Now back with this battle for the lead, it's continuing on and on and on. Mushalot is going to absolutely fly past Nizu without any help at all. Well, except for DRS. And Nizu doesn't even fight it, and I believe they're both going to pit. It is lap 12. They know the undercut isn't powerful. They know they need to pit. And they both do, but they need to hit the pit wall. That would be quite embarrassing. No, they don't. And here they both go into the pits. A Lady as well, not far behind, so Ocean will take the lead. Oh, I believe Mushalot got held by something. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. A Lady's first. Wow. What has happened there? The Williams have just mugged. The Williams, as they're now pushing each other, have just found a massive lead. And a Lady is now battling John, and Nazoo is miles behind. Was there something wrong with a pit stop or what? Wow. So the Williams, in the constructors, they're on 1 point. Or am I looking at the wrong thing here? Oh, they're both actually reserves, aren't they? Yes. Patuka's a reserve, isn't he? Hold on a minute. Patuka, they're both reserves. So the reserve drivers are going at it. It's not for Williams. It is just 2 reserve drivers, or 1 and 2, battling for the lead. And JTX does pit eventually. Now the Williams are after each other. Half the race is pretty much complete. Still another 14 laps to go. I'll probably say another 20 plus minutes. Meanwhile, there's a battle for the lead. There isn't the actual lead. It is the little lead, I suppose. And it seems to be lagging slightly, so I'll just turn one of my I'll just quickly turn my phone Wi-Fi off, as Rebecca's lost a lot of time there in that long right-hander. I've turned my phone Wi-Fi off, so it should be on mic, shouldn't be lagging anymore. Rebecca's got no ERS, 5%. That is literally nothing. It's Oshin pits. Lap 13 on hards. I would have done 14 laps on them. Mediums for 14 laps. Now that is a stretch by the Racing Point. Where did it come out? I think it's just ahead of Big W. Let's go over the battle for P5, which is battle for P4 between Johnny and Letty. For this season, there will be no podium interviews, as I do have ILR 4. Straight after this, well, not straight after, but 10 minutes. So, gotta give yourself a bit of a rest from commentating over this race, which has been very nice, very good. The battle for the lead has been super exciting. Got another battle here, Johnny and a Lady. I believe a Lady started a little bit lower down the grid. We'll look at position changes. That's the wrong thing. Idiot. A Ledy's will be up 2. Johnny's gone down by 2, and that is a Ledy down the inside of the hairpin and has put the car in a perfect spot. Johnny cannot get the switchback done. But now we'll have DRS. But isn't going to push with that DRS. Oh, Stiggy and JTX. And JTX has got the move. I don't know who was ahead. I believe it was JTX. It's just defended. Two Williams now battling for what will be the lead once we're back at pits, which I will believe be this lap. So final sector 1, it's Stiggy. Stiggy is spun in the snail section. That is an interesting place to spin. What times am I setting? Quite depressing ones, so I don't really want to say on stream. China, yeah, it just isn't one of my tracks. So, yeah, it's not about me anyway, it's about the drivers here. But yeah, my times are awful. Joe touching the grass there for the right hander, or the switch between the left and the right, trying to pass Stiggy, who's just had a spin. So these two have had awful races. Joe's had wing damage at some point. And, well, there's more. I'm guessing Stiggy has broke very early and Joe was at the back of him, or something else has happened, which I don't know what. On board the Williams, it looks like Giroux's in a pull to the inside of the teammate. And the two Williams go at it for first and second. They go side by side up the hill through turn 1 into turn 2. Giroux with a lovely run. And Giroux has taken the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 17 out of 28. And Patuka hasn't got a goal. Very close from Patuka. Almost at the back of his teammate. Mouchelot is starting to get back into this. You can see the brakes there heating up on the tyres, or through the tyres. Patuka, we already know that Patuka's got very, very good straight line speed. But now with DRS, is not pushing that hard. Mouchelot did get DRS as well. Patuka down the inside of Giroux. Giroux with an absolute brilliant switchback has got a lovely run the side by side again, going for the final corner, and Giroux sticks it around the outside, keeps the position for now. Excellent battling between the Williams. They're not even teammates. They're just fighting for it as they're both reserves. Oh! What has happened there? Giroux has had it off and has hit Mouchelot, or gone through Mouchelot. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, Mouchelot up into second. And Giroux down to third. That was very interesting. I believe I may have liked. But yeah, this is the only battle, and it's the battle for the lead. What a shame. And Leddy not that far away, 1.2. I think Giroux may drop out of DRS here. No, Giroux will keep within DRS. Mouchelot is on an absolute flyer. Flyer isn't a word. Dropping down to first gear, you can't really take it in second, you'll be overshooting the corner. Going through the final corner, that's an interesting line from Mouchelot there, jeez. That final corner was non-existent from the Renault driver there. People in the chat, who do you think's going to win this? Say between Patuka, Mouchelot, Giroux and Leddy. I believe they're the 4 people who I think have a chance at getting the win here today. With 9 laps to go. Mouchelot running a little bit wide. Patuka already struggling through the corners. And this is where Mouchelot is getting a lot of the time back, and Mouchelot is on full ERS, or has full at their disposal. Not a very good run out of the long right-hander though, and is 6.5 tenths behind Patuka. Giroux has slotted back in the DRS. Leddy was 1,000th off the DRS. There we go, I said off. 1,000th off. So that is very unfortunate. Mouchelot has to get a move on. There isn't that many laps left. Mouchelot is fighting against time now. Well, and Williams. Leddy's lost a lot of time, so it must have happened. He's now 1.5 seconds behind. I think Leddy's chances at winning this race are slimming. A podium though is easily on the cards, as something has happened here between these two, as Giroux is just happily slotted back into this battle. This battle for P1 has been going on every single lap. So coming up to 1 second for the typing. Patuka still safe. Mouchelot needs to start pushing down that straight. To have any chance of winning. This one's very wide. Already, it's Nazu with a 5-second time penalty, and that is Ocean. I don't know how you say it properly. I think it's Ocean. Has got the move on Scott, and Scott's got a 3-second time penalty for cutting the final corner. That seems to be everyone's addiction, and that is Giroux trying it around the outside of Mouchelot. Mouchelot's had an error, a little bit of a back end wobble, so that means Giroux is going to get the better run. Giroux has got the move done into turn 4. I don't even know the corner. Oh, hello. Mouchelot fighting right back again. We'll try it around the outside of the left-hander. Looks like it's going to be Giroux's corner, and it is. And it is, yeah. P2 for Giroux. It's now technically a Williams 1-2, but none of them are actually Williams drivers. And this has allowed Patuka just to get away a little bit. And has been able to escape the DRS. Mouchelot is going to have to try and get that Williams back. But can't get it done. Mouchelot, a lot of people seem to be jumping that final corner, trying to get as much out of the grass as possible, but can't, and that is Scott and Rebecca going side by side for the final corner, and that is Rebecca just saying no thank you to the Red Bull. The senior team has just been shoved out by the junior team, essentially, or the sister team. Brett, oh no, never mind, that's Big W pitting again. An absolute atrocious race from the Mercedes pair. In the constructors, they were P2 and they won't be after this race. They're going to have a double non-points finish and we'll be back at the grid, the pair of them. Rebecca and Ocean, quite close. The only two people on the mediums. People who are wondering, Kupavi isn't actually in the lobby, just to show you, they're not actually there. I don't even know who Kupavi is. But anyway, here's Rebecca. Rebecca is all over the back of Ocean. Pulls to the left before the DRS and gets the move done very, very comfortably. But Ocean, not that bad of an exit. To watch out for Scott as well. Scott just creeping in there in the Red Bull. Ocean touching that inside grass bit. And now he's going to go to the inside of turn 1 and has got the move back done on Rebecca. So Rebecca has had to pay for having no ERS, because Ocean only had to put it up into high before they was get the overtake done. And to be fair, Ocean was in none and was still catching Toro Rosso fairly quickly. Back on board with the battle for the lead. They've all compacted again. Aledi is not out of it. Aledi needs to pick up the pace to get in the battle. As they come down the straight, Jaruru is within half a second before the DRS. It's closing, but not closing fast enough. So for another lap, Batuka leads. I don't know what has happened to Nazu, but Nazu was in the fight for the lead, and then after the pit stops, it has just been nowhere. Now Jaruru pulling to the outside. I don't think he's actually going to go for it. Tries it around the outside of his, well, technically teammate for this race. Thought was going to look back to the inside, but can't get it done. So are these guys in a battle until the checkered flag? Could we have a photo finish? I don't know. There are 4 more laps after this. And that is Aledi now within DRS. Aledi is now in the hunt for the win. Anything can happen now. 4 drivers. Oh, actually, that's actually the Williams going at it side by side. Jaruru is going to have to look for the switchback now. That is absolutely done to perfection. But Batuka's got a very good exit still. They're going on board with Mushalot. They're literally side by side. Oh! And it's now Batuka with the DRS. Batuka slips back into the slipstream. Oh, they wheel bang heavily. Oh, Batuka's been shoved right off by Jaruru, and Mushalot has just said thank you very much. Patuka still in there, still with the grip. Gets the move back done on Patuka. On Mouchelot, sorry. Rebecca, I believe, is going for some spinning lessons. And Giroux now has to try and get a gap going quickly, as Patuka has got low downforce. Through the corners is where Giroux needs to get away. But this battle is heating up. Aledi hasn't been in the fight. Aledi now with 3 more laps after this one is definitely in the fight. Mouchelot getting a bit back end happy. So is Patuka. Patuka with DRS. Is he going to get close enough to go for a move into the hairpin? Closing, closing, closing. Brakes late, but doesn't go for it in the end. This race is definitely going to come down to penalties unless there is a humongous crash between the 4 of them. Or between a few of them. Giroux trying to get out of the slipstream. I'm trying to make Patuka having to move about for the slipstream. He's done well enough to protect his lead for this lap, but there is still 2 more after this lap. Don't go anywhere, everyone. 2 laps to go. 4 different, a chance of any of these 4 winning. Let me just quickly check the driver standings. I believe, yep. So Nazu won round 1. Rebecca won round 2, so we will have a new winner. Whatever happens, we are going to have a new winner. But who will it be? I don't know. If I was to put money on someone, I would say Patuka, just strictly down to the straight line speed. Alright, coming through the long right-hander, a lovely helicopter shot here of the 4 of them, mainly focusing on Patuka, as Patuka is quickest down the straights. Opens the DRS and is gaining massively on that Williams. Doesn't go for it. Not a very good exit out of the hairpin either, which allows Giroux to get a bit of a gap going and through the final corner. Another good exit from the leader, which allows him to pull another gap. 2 laps to go in this Chinese Grand Prix. Who will win? We do not know. As we come through the first sector for the second to last time, Patuka is struggling to keep up with Giroux. There's graining beginning to happen on the front of Patuka, on the front tyres of Patuka. So has Patuka ruined their tyres with another lap to go? It is practically all or nothing at this point. There is only 1 more lap to go. Oh, Patuka's overshot the corner slightly. And clipped the curb. Mouchelot. Nicely tucked up behind Patuka now. Is closing. Giroux's got out the DRS, and Giroux's pretty much won this race now on board with Aledi. Oh, Aledi's outbroke themselves. Oh, wow. But Patuka brakes later, and they're side by side now coming up through the final corner. Mouchelot's going to have to shove Patuka out. Patuka is going to look for it again down the straight. He's going to have to pull to the outside as they start the final lap. Nazu picks up a 3-second time penalty. Going into turn 1. Oh! And they've crashed, and Mouchelot has spun. Up in the first set, has rejoined right in front of Nazu. Very dangerous there. Oh, and he's spun around again. Oh, absolute carnage on the last lap. Mouchelot spun after colliding with Patuka in sector 1 in the snail, but then rejoined stupidly, I'm gonna say, in front of a driver and got what was coming to him. But now a Leddy is looking to get P2 from probably nowhere. Oh no, they've tapped! And Patuka's had an off now. I tell you what, Johnny's got a chance at this, right? What happened there? Leddy's hit the back of Patuka and Giroux's left. Oh my god. This is the first time I'm ever going to say this, but coming around the final corner, the AI of Giroux is going to win the Chinese Grand Prix, unless someone else can do anything about it. Patuka second, Leddy third, and Johnny fourth. Wow, what a race. Giroux lagged out, but still won. Because of the carnage that ensued behind. Wow. Wow. Mizzou 5th, Mouchelot 6th, Ocean 7th, Scott 8th, Rebecca 9th, OMG Brett 10th, Joe 11th, JTX 12th, Stiggy 13th, Big W 14th, Heavy T 15th. Wow. Wow. So that is your top 3, and that has been it from me, because there's 15 minutes and I need to quickly rush and get ready for ILR 4. So that has been it from me. What an entertaining race, and I will see you next week for Baku.